Kevin Aschenbach. We're out here at Zaka Station for the launch of the all-new 2013 CRF 450R. As you look at the bike, you can see it's all new. It's designed from the ground up, total package. We've got a lot of new innovations and features on the bike, so I'm going to take you through those changes. Starting with the fork, you can see it's a KYB PSF, or pneumatic spring fork, so it's an air fork in the front. Gets rid of the springs for about 2 pounds lighter weight savings right out of the front. It's great for tunability. You're able to take it to the track. A simple bicycle pump starts at about 33 psi. Put a little bit more air pressure in it for rougher tracks, downhill, something like that, where it starts getting a lot of braking bumps. You want the front to ride a little higher, or if the track starts drying out at the end of the day, you want it to be a little more supple, a little more plush. Take a little bit of air out. It won't deflect off bumps or anything like that. All around, just amazing new technology. Another part of the chassis package, or the package of the whole bike, is the new chassis. We've taken kind of what we've learned from the 2002 through 2012 CRFs and applied that technology, and it's made some changes for 2013. And I think you can see, just looking at the bike from the side, you can see the frame spar where it intersects with the head tube. That's quite a bit lower, intersects kind of at the middle of the head tube. The rear frame spar kind of intersects at the rear shock mount a little bit lower, about 14.5 millimeters lower. And a lot of that aim is kind of to keep the mass low on the bike, and it's also to kind of tune the rigidity of the chassis. The new fork, as it works with the chassis and as it works with the motor and everything, it's an all-new package, and we kind of tune that rigidity chassis handling feel, and made it something that you get really good rider feedback, a lot of confidence out of the front end of the bike. Soaks up the bumps, works really well. And I kind of talked about the fork, taking some weight off the front. We also pulled some weight off the back. We went to a dual muffler system, and it really tucks the mufflers in. I think you'll see that, taking 2 pounds of weight off the front, taking some weight off the rear by tucking it in is, we've really done some mass centralization and moved some weight towards the middle of the bike. And that's big for when you're going down straightaways. It's rough. You don't got a heavy exhaust or canister hanging off the back of the bike, kind of, wagging the tail of the dog, if you will. It really works good in keeping that weight to the middle of the bike. Another big benefit with the dual pipes is we're able to decrease sound, keep sound within the 94 dB limits for a lot of the race organizations while still making good power. It's key in a lot of these sanctioned bodies, and just tracks closing down, keeping the bikes quiet is key. It's going to keep tracks open and keep people riding for years to come. Another big change is to the motor. It may look the same on the outside. The proven Unicam design and architecture is still there, but we made a host of improvements to the internals of the bike. One of those changes is a higher compression piston. We raised the compression from 12 to 12.5.1. And what that's going to do is give you a little bit more power right off the bottom in the mid, and just give you a little bit more response, more hit. We've also tuned the FI ignition and fuel mapping. Kind of work with all those new changes to the motor, the piston, some of those changes there, and the mapping, the air boot as it brings air into the motor. The cylinder head has new porting, bigger diameter exhaust valves, and then with dual pipes, you're kind of able to flow more air into the motor, more air out, and make power, all while keeping the sound low. A couple more things that we did for 2013. You can see the styling of the bike. It's got a bold new kind of minimal plastics, maximum ergonomics look and feel to it. We pride ourselves on having really good ergonomics and comfort for a broad range of riders. We want to make sure the bike fits a lot of people, and so our engineers in testing really paid attention to making sure that all that stuff fits. There's nowhere, like places that are going to hang up on your boots or hang up on your knee braces or anything like that. We want to make sure as you're moving around on the bike really works well underneath you. You're able to grip it and feel comfortable, maneuver the bike around. Some other changes, little things. We look at everything when we're kind of designing that stuff. Is even the plastics of the bike, the rigidity as you go out towards the middle of the fender, out towards the rear, the thickness changes and gets a little bit thinner. It's somewhere we're able to save a little bit more weight, and you don't need all that thickness or all that rigidity out at the end of the fender or out at the edge of the shrouds. It's kind of little things like that that our engineers look at that really make this thing an amazing new bike.
So I just got off the 2013 CRF 450 and just a completely changed motorcycle. First thing I notice is just how light it is. You can tell they've really gone to work on the lower center of gravity, centralizing the mass. It's just very maneuverable, either through turns, getting into tight ruts. When you jump the thing, I mean, it feels like a bicycle almost. Very, very light feeling. The engine, I noticed an improved low-end response. As you're coming out of a turn and just rolling it on, no need to even touch the clutch. You know, I mean, it picks up a lot quicker than it did last year. I don't feel a lot of the top end change, but I haven't gone back to back with the 2012 yet. The suspension, obviously the fork's a huge change, and I actually really like it. The stock setting, which is 33 pounds, is a little soft for me. We went to 35 pounds, which equates to about one spring stiffer, and night and day difference. So much better. Just got it balanced out for me, and I really like it. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Track's not really rough here, so obviously something that was really choppy and bumpy, we do some fine tuning. I'd be able to probably feel it a little more, but first impression of this thing is it's a really cool motorcycle. They've done an awesome job.
You know, I showed you and told you about a lot of the high-level details and changes that we made to the all-new bike for this year, but you know, obviously there's a lot of little stuff, little things that are, you know, fine-tuned and fine details. So go to our website at hondapowersports.com and see all those specs. And another thing I wanted to mention is that, you know, for 2013, we're really aiming at bringing this bike out at the same SRP as 2012. So, you know, I think it's pretty impressive and shows that our engineers did a lot of hard work and came up with a lot of stuff for an all-new bike for the same SRP as last year at 8440.
This is huge. This has been, foot pegs sticking up in ruts has been such an issue with Honda over the years, so this is great to see that that's been integrated.